Hi, friends. Great to see you again. Let's listen to a conversation that illustrates the importance and impact of innovation.
Hi, Daniel. I've been reading a lot about innovation lately. It seems to be the driving force behind almost every major transformation in society. But before diving deep, how would you define innovation in precise terms?
Hi, Sarah. That's a great starting point. To me, innovation is the process of translating creative ideas into tangible outcomes that add value, whether in products, services, or systems. It's not merely invention. It's about applying creativity practically to solve real world problems and enhance human experience.
Exactly. Many people confuse innovation with invention, but invention is just the creation of something new, while innovation is its implementation and impact. Innovation involves change, improvement, and adaptation. It's as much about thinking differently as it is about doing differently.
Absolutely. And if we trace the history or evolution of innovation, it's fascinating to see how human civilization itself has been a story of continuous innovation, from the discovery of fire and the invention of the wheel to the Industrial Revolution and the digital age. Each era has been defined by transformative ideas.
Yes, the Industrial Revolution in particular was a turning point. It introduced mechanization, mass production, and transportation networks that completely reshaped economies and societies. And today, we're living through what many call the Fourth Industrial Revolution, a fusion of technologies like artificial intelligence, biotechnology, robotics, and quantum computing.
Right. The pace of innovation has become exponential rather than linear. It's remarkable how rapidly new technologies emerge, disrupt industries, and redefine the way we live and work. Yet, despite this rapid progress, true innovation requires more than just technology. It demands strategic thinking and human insight.
That reminds me of the four lenses of innovation developed by Rowan Gibson. They provide a framework to systematically explore opportunities for innovation.
Oh, yes, I know them. The first lens is challenging orthodoxies, isn't it?
Exactly. It's about questioning established assumptions and traditional ways of doing things. Many breakthrough innovations have emerged when individuals dared to challenge the status quo, like how Uber questioned the conventional taxi system, or how Airbnb redefined hospitality without owning a single hotel.
The second lens focuses on harnessing trends, observing social, technological, and economic patterns that indicate where the world is heading. Innovators who spot and act on emerging trends early often gain a massive competitive advantage.
The third lens deals with leveraging resources, using existing assets in novel ways. It's about recognizing that innovation doesn't always require new resources, but rather a new perspective on how to use what we already have. For example, Tesla leveraged digital technologies and existing energy principles to reinvent the electric vehicle market.
And the fourth lens highlights understanding needs, both expressed and unexpressed. Successful innovators deeply empathize with people's pain points and aspirations. They anticipate needs even before consumers articulate them. Think of how Apple revolutionized the smartphone industry by intuitively understanding user experience.
Precisely. These four lenses, orthodoxies, trends, resources, and needs, act as intellectual tools to nurture innovative thinking systematically rather than relying on random inspiration.
And that systematic innovation is essential for modern life. Our daily existence is intertwined with innovative technologies, from the smartphones we use to the renewable energy that powers homes, and even the AI systems that personalize our online experiences.
Innovation has transformed the way we live, work, and communicate. For example, remote working technologies have enabled global collaboration without geographical constraints. Similarly, advances in medical innovation, like telemedicine and wearable health devices, are improving life expectancy and well being.
And innovation in communication is perhaps the most visible. From handwritten letters to instant video calls, we're now more connected than ever before. However, this hyperconnectivity also raises concerns about privacy, dependency, and information overload.
True. That brings us to the advantages and drawbacks of innovation. On the positive side, innovation drives economic growth, enhances productivity, and improves quality of life. It empowers creativity, promotes sustainability, and solves complex societal challenges.
Exactly. For instance, green technologies like solar power and electric vehicles are helping combat climate change. Educational innovations like online learning platforms are democratizing access to knowledge worldwide. Even in business, innovation fosters competitiveness and long-term survival.
But as with every powerful tool, innovation has its downsides too. One major drawback is job displacement. Automation and artificial intelligence are replacing traditional roles, leaving many workers struggling to reskill or adapt.
Yes, and there's also the issue of social inequality. Advanced technologies tend to benefit those with resources and education, creating a digital divide between developed and developing societies. Moreover, excessive innovation can lead to technological dependency, people relying so heavily on machines that they lose essential human skills.
Not to mention ethical dilemmas, for instance, data privacy in AI systems or genetic modification in biotechnology. Innovation without ethical governance can lead to serious consequences.
Absolutely. And another subtle drawback is the psychological impact of rapid change. Continuous innovation can create stress, uncertainty, and fear of obsolescence, especially among professionals who must constantly update their skills.
That's a valid point. Innovation should not only focus on efficiency, but also on human well being. Sustainable innovation balances progress with responsibility. It ensures technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
Well said. And when we think about the role of innovation in the future, it's clear that it will continue to shape every dimension of our existence. The future of healthcare, education, transportation, and even governance will depend on how wisely we innovate.
I believe the future will be defined by collaborative and ethical innovation. Instead of competing to innovate faster, nations and organizations will need to innovate smarter and more responsibly, addressing global challenges like climate change, inequality, and resource scarcity.
That's where interdisciplinary innovation will play a key role, bringing together science, technology, art, and social sciences to create holistic solutions. The innovators of the future won't just be engineers or entrepreneurs, they'll be empathetic visionaries with a deep understanding of human values.
I like that idea, empathetic visionaries. It captures the essence of future innovation perfectly. The greatest breakthroughs will come not just from advanced algorithms, but from human imagination guided by ethics and empathy.
And in that sense, innovation is not just a technological act, it's a moral and cultural endeavor. The real question is not whether we can innovate, but whether we can innovate wisely.
That's profound, Daniel. Innovation, at its best, is the bridge between imagination and reality. It has the power to elevate humanity if guided by wisdom. As we move forward, the challenge will be ensuring that innovation remains inclusive, ethical, and sustainable.
Indeed, Sarah, innovation is both a gift and a responsibility. It's what makes us human and what will determine the kind of future we create. At the end of the conversation, let's go through some vocabulary words that appeared in the discussion